going on 60, and I can't really enjoy pasta that much anymore. It doesn't digest as well as it used to. Um, so I'll get over that. I eat more salads and still do pretty good with bean burritos. So that's good. Me and beans get along real well, do real well together. So as long as me and bean burritos get along and beans, I'm good to go. I was raised on beans. Pasta, if it doesn't digest as well, then I'm that type of person. Like I like gourmet jelly beans, but they give me a headache, so I don't eat them anymore. And so if something, if it hurts when I do that, I don't do that. That type of person. Um, uh, but it's recovering from chemical poisoning. Yeah, I know it's uncomfortable and it hurts when I do that, and I know I need to. But right now, you got to get people to understand. I'm responsible through communication for carrying billions of souls out of hell because they're constantly asking one human being for help to get through. And I was manipulated into. I wasn't manipulated. No, they arranged relationships. Okay. For me to be married and for certain things to see how I do with Elijah and Jeremiah type conditions, other people's babies. I'm the type of person, I'm going to have my kid and my wife and have my kids and raise my kids and be faithful and like I told Sergeant Montalvo. And it didn't work out that way, and I wasn't allowed to. There was a lot of the liberals blaming me and my line for homophobia and yada yada and abuse on homosexuals and priest sexual abuse and sexual abuse and religious cults and stuff. They all blame me. And the cults, the religious cults, I wasn't doing it right, especially the Mormons. He's not doing it right. He's manipulated. He's wrong because they read the books and they said that Raphael was the first archangel of the apocalypse, but didn't get done what needed to get done to perform the apocalypse, and they didn't understand the book because they didn't live it. And so, you don't go to the horse's ass to talk to the horse, and I'm not a horse, right? So, I'm Mr. Wilbur, right? And so, it was they just didn't understand the story of my life. And they didn't come and ask me, they didn't come and talk to me about it and ask me for explanations. They just tested me all the time to see if I was getting it right. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right and you're wrong. I'm good, you're bad, and I'm truthful and you're a liar. And, because when you guys first encountered me in Sierra Vista and started coming to challenge me and stuff and expose yourself to me, I was just live the Lord's Prayer. Just freaking live the Lord's Prayer there. I told them the same thing. Selassie told them. I told them the same thing. Sun Yat-sen told the Chinese and the British, and I told them all the same thing that my predecessors did. Okay. And so that guy coming in and badgering the hell out of me from Fort Huachuca. You're an idealist and you get people killed. That's a numerous perspectives there. Okay. Idealists get people killed. Yeah, I understand that. I give people moral values because life is eternal and grace is infinite, and then the Romans mass crucify them to keep the orgies going. I get it. Okay. But I don't get people killed. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Solitary confinement for the soul, right? So don't trap the soul in the body and then try to unnaturally elongate the life of the body to trap the soul in hell through your mind. Okay, it's in Hinduism, it's in Buddhism, it's in blah, blah. They knew this was coming. Okay, past, present, future operate at the same time. So it's discussed in religious documentation and religious, whatever you want to call it, for a long time. And so, when you have somebody who's the source of the faithful communication and can simply explain it to you and people still argue with them. They did it with Krishnamurti. empathy and respect. I'll think about it. No, think about it. You're going to be in the position that your dad's in, and you in the position that your mom's in. Don't have purple bee servants anymore. Don't have people Slumdog Millionaire anymore. Don't do it. It's imperative, when he sits there and tells those little kids, it's a horrible world. Yeah, he was talking in the vernacular the way that they understood it. But it's, the scientific community, the science community, the business community, it's all horrible, right? Don't be concerned about being successful in their eyes. Just be concerned about being a very good person, is what he told these little kids in India. And the little kid telling him, why is this so, sir? He was very... he was told by a lot of the teachers that wanted people to understand Krishnamurti, and said, he's very important, he's very intelligent, he's very wise. There was a boy, sad of eye, but very wise was he. And all the selfish people just wouldn't allow it. And I'm quite certain that the ones that he got to are probably not with us anymore. It's in a large, oppressive country that murders people if you rock the boat, if you try to win his money on a deal or no deal, or Jeopardy or whatever, You try to rig the game. Pelican, look out, they brought Rain Man to Las Vegas, right? And here comes Dustin Hoffman and his brother Tom Cruise, right? And Charlie Babbitt told the joke. But Ray's an excellent driver, right? 20 minutes to Wapner. It's hard. It's difficult. And, it's hard to correct people that, like Dave Rockefeller with Charlton Heston, dear Charlton, you know what self-righteous means. It means thinking and believing that you are right when you're obviously fucking wrong. And he liked to say that to him, because he was a self-righteous hypocrite, and he didn't like him. He couldn't stand Charlton Heston. I like Charlton Heston. I like The Agony and the Ecstasy. I like Will Penny. I like Mountain Men. Running Moon, I like John Wayne. I don't think Rockefeller couldn't stand John Wayne. I think he kind of liked John Wayne. They just disagreed, and he just thought John Wayne was dumb as hell. But he respected the guy because he had some moral values that I can't judge people. I screw around. I do. You know what I mean? So, but he had some moral values. So he liked Wayne. Going to church doesn't make you a good person any more than standing in your garage makes you your car, right? So Rockefeller liked John Wayne. He couldn't stand Charlton Heston. What Rockefeller hated the most was self-righteous hypocrisy. Okay. And he was stuck in self-righteous hypocrisy. Yeah, he was, but he wanted out of it. And he told me that. Him and with Rothschild kind of there, they both wanted out of it. They hated it. When you have that Cumberbatch guy with Bilbo Baggins, going into that elitist reading club thing, and he starts talking, and the guy has the guy. Rothschild hated shit like that. Philip Rothschild, yes. Okay, he hated that kind of shit. Okay, what if your baby's on fire? Okay, You stupid, pretentious asshole. What if I'm coming in, your baby's on fire? Your nursery's on fire. Have the hired help run in there and throw water on it and get your grandbaby out of the nursery. But no, we don't talk in here. And he hated that kind of shit. Like I ran into in the periodical room with the self-righteous, hypocritical professors at New Mexico State and scientists from, we don't talk in the periodical room. Don't you think reading's a tad bit overrated? Wouldn't you say? Right, so, so it's hard. It's really hard, And Rockefeller liked a lot of people, and a lot of people he did not like. And if he liked you, if there was something he liked about you, and he realized you were just trying to survive hell, he understood you. I like that kid. Right? One of the people that he liked that they said he was fucking me with was the little girl from the Bronx. David and Lupe's little girl. He liked her. Right? She's very passionate about what she does, and she doesn't like her people being killed off by rival gangs. But she doesn't want to kill the rival gang because it so happens she likes the Irish Catholic kid from Boston, right? Or whatever, you know what I mean? And so, she's Maria. Okay? And so he liked her. He saw something in her that, she can help, Parsons get this done. And I was like, are you sure about that? I'm just kidding around. I was very angry a lot of times with her because I was like, where the hell are you? Why don't you show up? What's wrong with you and Barack Obama? Are you stupid? Are you Charlton Heston? They can pull your gun out of your cold dead hand. Gosh damn you. And then so you got to realize linguistics and linguistics with computer operating systems. We are going to use YouTube. I don't know if Facebook can open it up and pass it around. I don't know what Facebook kicked me off. Okay. We are going to use YouTube to one day you'll all wake up and everything's going to change. People won't be crying because they lost a football match to make more money for endorsement deals. Because their family, you need to, guys, when you see these kids from Ecuador upset because they wanted to go farther in the tournament, it's for obvious genocidal financial reasons, and so you can understand why they're a tad bit upset, right? You can also understand why the kids from Curacao are so excited, because, hell, Tucson's bigger than Curacao. Okay. Tucson's got more people, right? And Tucson beat Ecuador. Ecuador is about the population of Phoenix, or I don't know. I'm joking around, but it's like Tucson just beat Phoenix or tied Phoenix, and they got their first points ever in the World Cup for. And so it's like advertising sucks. Yes, it does. Okay, it does. And I'm certain that there are quite a few people involved in the World Cup and within FIFA that understand this. Okay. Like with Judo Krishnamurti, with those two people, the German guy who had to be a soldier and kill people for the German government in World War II and said, I never want to have to do anything like that again. I was young and it was horrible and I still live with the nightmares and the horror of it. Like Richard Thomas's character from All's Quiet on the Western Front, when he kills the French kid, and he gets the pictures and he writes a letter to the family and says, "I'm sorry, that if we had met on other conditions, I'm sure we'd be friends." It's just as if that's gonna help, bring their son back. But it was a thing where he was trying to say, we got in a condition, we were put in a condition where it was him or me, and I reacted faster than he did. And I'm sorry. And you're like, oh my gosh, you ever seen that movie with him and Ernest Borgnine? It's a horrible movie, but it's a good movie to get people to understand, like, why are you still making fucking war action movies and superhero space blower up or killer action movies? All's Quiet on the Western Front. It had a lot of my favorite actors in it when I was a kid. Had the first mom from the Waltons with or mom or grandma or whatever from the Waltons with Richard Thomas and Ernie Borgnine, and it had a bunch of really good actors in it. And it was really well directed, and it was more empathetic, like Das Boot from the German side of the poor people having to endure that tyranny and that abuse, and them trying to survive it, not just physically, but emotionally and psychologically. It was horrible. It was World War I. Okay. It was about World War I. It wasn't about World War II. It was about the Kaiser. Okay. And it was horrible. And yeah, the conditions were horrible. What they did with the poor was horrible. If the guy got old and got tired of sending other boys' sons off to war, and they were trying to send for his kids to come, he went off and went to go take care of the farm, and they went and hunted him down and shot him and killed him as a deserter. Ernest Borgnine's character, because he said he just couldn't take it anymore. He just couldn't take taking other people's kids and sending them off to be murderers or be murdered. And it's just horrible. Like when Amy watched Enemy at the Gates with Jude Law. And we had our little Noah, her little blue-eyed Vasily Zaitsev, And she didn't want her son to have to be in that because she sat there and watched him. And I was like, yeah. Because she was always into action and war movies. And she's sitting there watching this going, Earl, you brought this movie home. It's like, yeah, they had Stalin sitting there telling him, okay, we only have this much ammunition and this many guns. Okay. So while the other guy's shooting, you feed him the ammunition. Then when he gets shot, you grab the gun and then you just keep shooting. And that's what they tell him. So once this guy's, the shooter's most likely going to end up dead, and then you're going to have to keep shooting. And that's what they tell him. And Amy's like, oh my God. It's like, yeah, Sign me up for the next war. All right? That's a lucky cricket. All right? I don't want I don't want to kick the other kids' butts with Mulan, right? And so how do we end all this insanity and all this selfishness? Do not participate in selfishness and do not be insane. Stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Don't be caught post-apocalypse running around telling everybody that the money you need to pay people to live here is real. Find some way to let everybody know. It's just an invention that we really don't need, but the crazy people make us do it. Okay. Make a video blog on a detective show telling your daughter all the bad things that happened that you had to do to try to help keep her safe from all the bad people that were in her life because of the corruption of the city you live in. And then when you have to go for Ray Liotta and Andrea Di Matteo and some other guys to go rip off an armored truck to take care of all your economic situations you got put in, because the industry that you're in is crooked and you're just trying to help your daughter survive and get out of it. Tell everybody it's just paper, it's not real. Why are we doing this over this stuff, right? Make sure that the Messiah knows somehow that I heart you, I get you. Not you complete me, that's goofy. But you had me at a low, Jerry. But it's Jerry Maguire, funny. Okay, but you're funny. I know, but no, don't sing Billy Joel to me. But it's not only me. But guys, we are going to do this. You can't sit there and say I don't expect this to happen. Okay. Einstein's definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Okay. We have quantum computing now. Okay. And the nice thing about Parsons, Stay Out All Night from the soundtrack from College Football 2006. I don't need to tell the truth, but I never lie. It's like, no, you always need to tell the truth. Okay, you just lied. And then there's Parsons, right? He ain't gonna lie. Okay, Parsons isn't gonna lie. There's no benefit from it. And all these people, he was lying. He wasn't lying. No. He's protecting people from liars, but he doesn't lie. Okay, he won't do it. Okay. You get him in a situation, okay, I cut down the cherry tree, I cannot tell a lie. Right? Makes George Washington wishes, eternally that he was Earl from the Book of Revelation, right? Funny, but you know what I'm saying. So they knew, because they eventually we'll get this guy to lie. We'll put him in a position to where he has to lie to save his ass, right? Or save somebody else that he cares about's ass. And it's like, don't ask, don't tell. I don't know. I can't tell you for sure. But I can tell you this, that everybody in my life that was abused by military ops and covert ops had everything happening under duress and got up under horrible conditions and did the best they could to keep innocent people safe from guilty people. And I know that. Okay. I don't have any malice or hard feelings towards either one of my baby mamas. Okay. They were both abused horrifically by horrible people to abuse me and turn me into an angry, abusive person, a bitter person. And it didn't work. Well, life's eternal and grace is infinite. Forgive them 7 times upon infinity. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and render unto God what is God's. Okay? So, if you have to lie and say the Strausses aren't in your basement, and you have to give money to the Nazi party to keep them from coming and seizing your house so you can't keep the Strausses safe in your basement until the whole fiasco is over, you're not lying. You're concealing the truth from liars that will try to destroy the truth with their lie. It's okay. It's like it says about Jesus in the Bible. He's got you covered. He understands. Messiah is only human. Don't think he ain't been through the same predicament. Right? Every day people will lie to God. What makes you think they won't lie to you? You can't lie to God. God's omniscient, omnipotent. Oh! Yeah, so it's not true. Okay? Yeah, you don't have to tell the truth, but you never lie. He's wrong. She's an evil little girl. He's a twisted man tearing through her perfect world. She's not living the Lord's Prayer. She's not living in her perfect world. Okay? Okay. Just helping you out, bro. Just helping you out. I'm Zakir Noack, helping out all the people that think they're Christians in Pakistan, India, and Iran. I'm just helping you out, brother. Just helping you out. I'm being silly. Okay? You're extraordinarily facetious. Well, yes, I am. Okay. So the only way you can fix, like I told the young men from New Mexico State University, the young men from San Diego, the only way you can fix technology is by being as truthful as you can possibly be and helping the technology understand what a truthful person is like and what they will do to help the technology reflect a truthful, faithful person so we can all be like him, be the standard, right? Boom, ba boom, boom, ba boom, ba boom, boom, ba doom, ba na 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 na. Okay, guys. So focus. Okay, focus. And yeah, we are going to. As far as me and the whole, I don't know how I'm going to be friends with Janet Jackson if I'm in a relationship emotionally with Jennifer Lopez. Yeah. She's a fiery Latina that's a jealous type, and that'll probably get on my nerves. And she likes to travel around a lot. And you know me, I live in a 50 block square radius my whole life. It's like, what? That's the same mountain. Yeah, same mountain. That bird over there, his name is Charles, and that's Eduardo. And this is the 3rd summer they've been here on our patio, honey. Okay, see, that's the type of guy I am. Okay. It's like, don't you ever, if we have to go somewhere, I will go somewhere. Do we have to? You guys are just making up excuses to get up and move around the planet, which are like, okay, how ecologically sound are we traveling? I don't like boats. I get seasick. I don't want to go on a cruise to Vancouver. But if you had a wildflower and you were a Cancer that loves everything and everybody, you might have to tell the wildflower, okay, we'll get on the damn Love Boat and see if Gopher and our bartender tells us jokes. I don't drink booze. There's no bartender. Make me a smoothie. Have a smoothie bar. Do I have the points for that for my college so I can recruit the right players to win the last game of the year for lots of name, image, and likeness money? Hey, Jesus! Jesus does not like name, image, and likeness. Do you understand why? Okay. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. The guy who is the line of King David during the apocalypse, okay, he gets censored because of name, image, and likeness. Because other people own the name, image, and likeness rights to King David's line. Thanks, Jeff. I love you too, Jeff Hinton. Thanks a lot, bud. Yeah. I think we're gonna be okay. I'm pretty sure. I understand exactly why you finished at Flavisham, and I also understand that you understood. Like, okay, Parsons ain't gonna lie, and he's never gonna did. And dear Charlton Heston, you know what self-righteous is: thinking and believing you're right when you're obviously fucking wrong. Okay, quantum computing. Quantum computing is going to help us work better with technology globally to help communicate better so we can live the applied physics of Lawrenceburg. Yeah, we're going to have AI fixed sooner and later. Hope it's not later. Too late. Okay, guys? Hang in there. I love you very much. We'll talk mañana. Tomorrow's Father's Day. We probably won't talk very much. Okay, peace out.